Pop, nah, Jay. C-Dub on the beat. Back against the wall, CL20's knocking rated. IGI's tripping, validated, shoot ready. Brown incarceration, got my people living daily, gang.
Hey, yo, what's good with everybody, man? I hope everybody's having a productive day, feeling blessed, and like I always say, it's one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right. Let's get it done. Well, as you can see, arrests were made in the King City Massacre. And that's crazy because when I did that video, I had to take it down. I had to because I was provided a video. Shout out to my subscribers that do come through for me. But one of the videos was the Ring camera that caught the car like moments before. And then in the video, you hear all the and I was like, oh man, that was exclusive stuff. And then the particular family that Ring camera that belonged to was like, hey, that's our house. We wouldn't want to be targeted by these dudes since they're still on the run. And I was like, yes, ma'am, I will take that video down ASAP. Didn't even think about that. So, you know, I'm glad I corrected the errors in my ways right there. But right here you see two suspects, and there's a juvenile involved in this case as well. Dude, it all started from a robbery. They found leads to a robbery. The robbery gave them the cops evidence, and then that evidence led to 80-something search warrants. 80-something search warrants. That means these dudes are bouncing around. Now, I highly doubt they went to 80 family members. I don't think anybody has a family that big. I mean, I think I could count like maybe 20, 30 in my family at the most. And we're talking extensive all across the United States. But 80 arrests. So that means they made the spot so hot that they kicked down 80 doors. 80-something doors. We're like, hey, bro, where they at? Where they at? What you got? He was here for like 5 minutes. I don't care if you ate a burrito, a chimichanga off the pan. I'm searching this house. Over 250 leads in this case. And these dudes get apprehended, right? With multiple charges. Robbery, suspected vehicle theft, you name it, conspiracy to commit, attempted murder. Now, they're from Greenfield, California. They're not even from Salinas when this took place. The gang members from Greenfield, California happen to be Northerners, right? But you know what tripped me out? There was a shooting in Soledad. A couple people lost their lives in that shooting. And the narrative that I heard from the streets and all over YouTube was that Southerners dumped at some rival gang members. They weren't rival gang members. They assumed they were rival gang members. And 2 people lost their lives in Soledad. And a lot of Northerners kept saying, man, it was Southerners that did it. These are the ones that are getting charged for it. And it happened to be Northerners. So that's the part that I want to talk about today. How easy it is. For when something takes place and you don't know the details. So I'm going to give you an example. In this particular case, a lot of Northerners in Monterey County were quick to assume, oh man, Southerners had to have done that. Southerners did that. And since the victims in Soledad, California happened not to be gang members, were presumed gang members, but come to find out it was innocent people, Northerners were quick to say Southerners were doing it. That's the part that trips me out. Because when you do that, say you send that word all across the streets and everybody's like, what, man, Southerners out here doing that, taking innocent people in our neighborhood? Charlie, bro, we're gonna have to do something about that. We're gonna have to set a demo, bro, put these fools back in line, put them in their place. And, you know, hypothetically, say that did trigger a lot of Norteños' mind frame, and they're like, nah, man, we can't have these fools just sliding through our city, killing innocent people. So let's go dump on them. And I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure if that was the case, Northerners started sliding on Southerners just to make an example out of them. So they instigated a situation, whether anything happened from it or not. I'm just saying hypothetically. Northerners were quick to assume Southerners did that crime in Soledad, California. Only to find out 2 Northerners got arrested for it in a juvenile, and they're the ones getting charged for it. Quick to blame Southerners on that. That was a trip right there. After thinking about that in my head, I was like, wow. The domino effect that could have happened, or if it did happen, we're unaware of it, because somebody decided to throw the blame on somebody else. That's how gang life really works, because I've seen it done in the penal system, behind prison politics, even on the streets. Some dudes don't like to take responsibility for their actions, so they're quick to be like, nah, I wasn't meaningful, but I could have sworn I seen Javier over there. Could have sworn Javier was there, bro. And just throw that suggestion in somebody's head. Now they go look in that direction, and you're at home like, damn, man, I messed up. Man, I did something I wasn't supposed to do. The homies are going to get me for it. I don't want to get whacked. Or in this case, man, the homies are taking innocent people's lives. F it, let's throw it on the Southerners, bro. Who's gonna deny it? Who's gonna disbelieve it? Nobody knows the facts, so as long as we throw that out there, it'll spread like wildfire. We'll create a big firestorm. Southerners will get the heat for that. Maybe you'll get law enforcement to start focusing on the Southerners, because it'll eventually reach law enforcement's ears. Like, oh yeah, Southerners have something to do with this. Well, let's see what Southerners are in the local area. Let's go kick down some doors because innocent people got their lives taken. Young kids that were presumed gang members but weren't really gang members. Come on now, you and I know that's a cold reality. A very cold reality to think. Just to hear that narrative that they pondered it off on Southerners, and this whole time they've been on the run, it was Northerners. And now we know about the King City Massacre. Obviously, they were looking for a particular target. A Sureño that happened to get out of jail. A Sureño that was putting in work and representing Southern California, or Sureños representing the 13 in Norteño territory. And whatever provoked the situation, whether they had past history and we don't know about it, whether this Southerner dude just happened to be putting it down and they just got tired of it and got sanctioned by the big homies, like, if we need to get rid of this fool, he's causing terror, he's messing a lot of business up. They decided to drive by a birthday party and just unload. That whole drive-by policy, I tell you, people acknowledge it, but if people can get away with it and not get caught and have nobody say nothing and it comes back to them, it traces back to them, they're going to do it. Nobody cares about rules like that. There's no boundaries. There's no morality like we would all say back in the day was, you know. Because in reality, we can justify a lot of things back in the day. Oh, bro, like on my big homies are like, nah, bro, you can't be shooting at the houses. And I wasn't even in a car. I wasn't even doing drive-bys. Nah, you can't shoot at the houses, bro. You got to light the garage on fire and let them come out, and you walk up to your intended target and shoot them. So they made it excusable for me back then. You want to smoke this dude? You're going to do it right. Light his house on fire, make him come outside. Then walk up to him and shoot him and dome him and then go to jail. That's what they encouraged me to do. And then I thought about it years later. I was like, so I'm supposed to light the house on fire. What if they don't come out? What if they're still in a dead sleep, man? One of those bomb sleeps where it feels real. You don't want to wake up. Or you got that sleeping paralysis where you wake up and but you still think you're dreaming and you can't move. And I just burn people to death. I'd be deemed. I'd be no good. I'd be getting whacked in jail. I probably would have lost my life on the streets too. See, they try to work a way around it and still claim it's a sense of morality. So these guys, honestly, somebody asked me if they're going to be deemed. And somebody told me that they were deemed. You know, whatever their speculation is, I can honestly say this. I personally think they are deemed. I think they will be deemed. And you know what sucks even more is that, and what's unfortunate even more is there's a juvenile involved in this case. And he's going to be held accountable not only as an adult in court, but Norteños that are going to hear about this, people that are responsible for the streets, people that are going to want to make a name for themselves and say, you know what, I'm going to make an example of all three of these dudes to show that we don't do this in Salinas, California or in Monterey County. Just to give themselves a great reputation, to get these fools deemed. But a juvenile is going to be held accountable to prison politics and street politics because he was in the car with these guys. And these guys were adults. So I know you guys are going to say, yeah, he was young. He was in the car with them. He knew what he was doing. Yeah. Most definitely, he's responsible, and he needs to take accountability for his actions, and he is, because these are a lot of charges that are going to face heavy penalties, long sentences. These guys ain't coming home. People died. These guys ain't coming home. But I see two adults, though, that could have did it on their own, but they brought a juvenile with them to put in work. And that's what generations are going to look like, and continue to look like, and have been looking like. And that's the kind of thing that I want to combat every day. And I'm going to try my best despite what people think and how people feel about my videos. You got adults leading kids to do crimes like this. Robbery, stealing cars, shooting at innocent people, driving by birthday parties, not even getting out the car. Still doing drive-bys like the old school days and shooting up random people. Shot 7 people, killed 4. That's a dangerous circumstance. Trust me when I tell you it's a senseless and dangerous violent act. Because these guys ain't not coming home. Now, if they get deemed, which everybody's throwing a narrative, are they going to get deemed? I don't know that. I'm not involved in politics no more. But I'm just giving my personal opinion. Yes, they are going to get deemed. So these guys did all that for nothing. For nothing. They thought they were putting in work. They thought they were making a name. They thought they were making Monterey County look good. They thought they were putting it down for the Norte. For what? You're going to go to county. They're going to hold you under investigation. And there's going to be one big homie right there that's going to say, whack them. So you're going to get whacked. And you're going to try to come back. And they're going to continue to whack you. That kid's going to be in juvenile hall thinking he's thugged out, thinking he's cool. And he's going to walk into county jail when he turns of age thinking that he's cleared. Thinking that, I'm the one that killed 7 people. Or shot at 7 people, killed 4 and 2 innocent people in another city. I'm the one that did that, bro. That was me. Those are my co-defendants. Whacked him. Didn't even see it coming because he's young and he's uneducated. He don't really know too much about prison politics because they don't teach minors all prison politics. The adults do, and they'll just get a couple of youngsters that are willing to pull the trigger and take them on a little mission, and that's that. So if all these guys going to be deemed, yeah. And the overall outcome of all this is that they're going to get life in jail if they don't lose their life in jail. And their homies are going to turn on them. Trust me when I tell you this. This is my personal opinion. Like I said, I'm just making a clear assumption here. Just my personal opinion. They're going to end up on SNY if they survive those attacks in county jail. And go to the penal system and realize, man, I'm SNY. The very thing that I stood against. I stood for the cause. I was putting in work. I even tried to throw a lie out there and put it on the Southerners. Still caught up to me. And we got deemed by our own people because they didn't like the way we did it. They didn't like what we did. They didn't like that fact that we were trying to put in work on the Southerner that we've been looking for a very long time. Didn't hit him. Hit his sister. Hit her husband. A lot of people were saying they were Southerners that kind of grew out of the lives. Some people said they were paisanos that were part of the family. Innocent lives got took that day on 2 different occasions. Even if they were targeting Southerners or they assumed everybody at that party was Southerners because one Southerner was there. It's a trip. This outcome is going to be the way it is. And the Southerner that they were looking for, somebody told me he got hit, but he survived. Somebody told me that he was at the party, but didn't get hit. You know, a lot of rumors go in the air. There's nothing I could do about that. But he's still living and breathing. And he's probably going to, seek retaliation with his neighborhood for this. Or even if he doesn't, he's going to walk around and say, they tried to get me, but they couldn't. Pretty sure the kids out there thugged out still, like no remorse for people that died on his behalf because of what he's doing and how he's terrorizing the community and how he's instigating Northerners to pull triggers. He's doing so much that Northerners like this were like, man, we got to smack this dude. We really got to go after this fool. Let's go look for him. But let's find out where he's at. Like they went on a hunting spree looking for this dude. And he's out there living and breathing, more likely bragging about it because I know the gang mentality. He's going to be bragging about it saying, hell yeah, bro. They tried, but they couldn't. Yeah, but a lot of people die for your stupidity too. And that's very unfortunate. They don't get to live their lives in peace. They don't get to see the next day. You do. And you're going to take it for granted because you're going to still continue to be a gang member. And these guys are going to be in county jail getting the blues, getting investigated in limbo for a very long time until somebody makes that educated decision, that executive decision to get rid of this dudes. And you're going to have that juvenile thinking that he's hella cool, thinking he's famous because he was all over the news. Sure enough, he's going to make it a count, and he's probably going to get deemed too. So like I always been saying in my last few videos, was it worth it? Nobody wins. And I'm going to continue to say that. Nobody wins in these situations. A lot more people lost their lives. These dudes are not winning. They're going to get life sentences. How was that a win? These dudes are probably going to get deemed, so how is even that a win? Because their people are going to be quick to deem them and retaliate on them just to make themselves look good. Just to refine their image somewhat that they don't condone that. And it's more likely the people that are going to take credit for it are the NF members that are responsible for Monterey County. They're going to go around spreading rumors like, nah, we're going to take care of this, bro. We don't condone that. We condemn that. Nah, this is not good. This is not good at all. We're going to set an example with them and teach everybody else. As if it's a teaching lesson. Like a learning lesson that everybody in the penal system needs to know. They're already in prison for doing crimes such like this. They just haven't got deemed for it. But could you imagine, I'm going to end a video like this. Could you imagine if the narrative changed? If these big homies were really smart enough to say, you know what? You come to jail, bro, you're going to clean up. You come to jail, bro, and we don't like what you did, you're getting deemed anyways. I don't care what you did. If they really made it a policy like, hey, man, no more shooting at Southerners. No more shooting at rival gang members. Do something right for your neighborhood. Build your neighborhood. Go back to school. You come to jail, deemed. Because you don't need to be in here with us. Imagine if that was a narrative. I wonder how old people think. I wonder if they would really take heed to that. Something to think about. You know, proper leadership. Imagine that. If they literally said, put out a filter, bro, you want to come to jail, bro? You're going to be no good, bro. Because you're no good in here anyways. You're just doing time. You're just in jail. Now that would be a crazy scenario, huh? So like I always say, is one life, one chance. When they got one chance to do this right, let's get it done. Peace.